unfold in Grosse Pointe Park.
A young woman is found dead by her boyfriend, and police tonight are calling this suspicious.
7 Action News investigator Scott Lewis has been working this case all day for us, and he has some inside information about what police found at the scene.
Yeah, first of all, Scott, police saying suspicious, but they're not calling it a homicide yet?
Not at this point, Stephen. They're labeling this suspicious, but I've learned that there were signs of trauma on the body. The woman's boyfriend told police that he came home and found her in the lower flat behind me. She was dead, and then he told police that he didn't know exactly what happened. Neighbors say it's a place where she spent most of her nights. It was a few minutes after midnight when the body of 35-year-old Sabrina Giannino was found by her boyfriend, Bruce Husinger. Sources tell 7 Action News the body was found in a small room with a cat litter box and pet supplies. There was bruising around her face and neck, and a small electrical cord was wrapped around her neck. Sabrina's close friend says she talked to Sabrina's boyfriend this morning, and he told her he found the body about 8 minutes after midnight.
He looked worn down and tired. Of course, he had been at the police station all night when I saw him this morning.
Leonie says she hadn't met Husinger before this morning, but he worked at Marge's Bar, a popular Grosse Pointe watering hole. While police worked the death scene, other officers went to Sabrina Giannino's flat on Beaconsfield, about a half-mile away. They left with a handful of evidence folders and a computer bag. Neighbors say Giannino spent very little time here and stayed most nights at her boyfriend's house. Giannino worked as a receptionist at Platt's Animal Hospital in Grosse Pointe. She's described as a nice, quiet person who loved animals. Her friend says Sabrina was on Facebook shortly before she was found dead.
And everything seemed wonderful with her, so I was a little worried about her cat having an operation today, and, you know, it's kind of a nightmare.
A source who was at the scene told 7 Action News there was no evidence of a struggle in the flat and the place had not been ransacked. Police wrapped Sabrina's hands in plastic bags to preserve any potential evidence, and the medical examiner will test to see if there had been any sexual activity prior to her death. There's some conflicting information on that lamp cord. Sabrina's friend Bonnie says she was told by the boyfriend that it was around the victim's neck, but later the source that I had who was at the scene said that it was near the body, so there's some conflict there. Police did question the boyfriend for several hours before releasing him this morning. It's not unusual that they'd have questions for him since he's the person who found the body. I think we'll have a better sense for where this investigation is going once an autopsy is conducted. That'll probably take place tomorrow. Scott Lewis reporting live from Grosse Pointe Park. Stephen, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, real quick, any word from police on any signs of forced entry in the place?
No obvious signs of forced entry, Stephen. A neighbor who lives in a cottage behind said he noticed something interesting, though. The back door was open all night. He said that doesn't usually happen. It's usually closed. He thought it was unusual, and he reported it to police.
All right, Scott Lewis, Grosse Pointe Park, thank you tonight.